step is you got to rank yourself. You want to hang and you want to connect with more quality people, so-called quality people. First, you got to rank yourself on a scale from 0 to 10. All right. And if you say that you're a 7, if your value is a 7 as a person, right? If you're a 7, then you simply need to. You're going to always have opportunities that present themselves where you're going to be in a room full of people and you're going to have to make that decision. You're going to know off the top. You're going to say, wow, that's an 8 and that's a 6. Where am I going right now? Your normal instinct is going to go to the 6s. But what I'm telling you to do is to challenge yourself and to go to the numbers higher. Go to the numbers higher, and you can start gradually. I'm telling you, you can start gradually. If you're a 2, if you said, you know what, on a scale from 0 to 10, I'm a 2, that might be true. But what you need to do is you're probably hanging with 1s and 0s. What you need to do if you're a 2, your first step, don't jump and try to go for the 10. You can, but that's very few of you can make that big jump, right? So what you want to do if you're a 2, your first goal, like right now, you should be thinking of all the 3s. Where do 3s hang out? Right? Where do 3s hang out? Maybe 4s, 5, 6. Maybe that's out of your league right now, but you can make progress. Right? So first things first, find what your number is and be honest though. Right? And that's why I'm hashtagging. Hashtag be honest though. Like rate yourself. On a scale from 0 to 10, rank yourself. What number are you? Oh, I'm this. Okay, now that you're this, now what you want to do, the second thing is what? You got to see, all right, how do I normally, is he on to something with this? Like, do I normally gravitate towards my number or lower? Oh, Evelyn. Okay, Evelyn, I'll answer that. Listen, when I say numbers, you're going to have to watch this video again from the beginning. And I think once you understand what we're talking about, you can tag the people that you in your circle of friends because they need to see this. They need to get this. Right? So again, I'll explain the numbers to you really quickly. What I'm saying is some people have a challenge and they say, oh, well, I don't like hanging with and I keep attracting the same people. I keep attracting the same people. Well, I say this. And I learned this from Jerry Clark. Listen, you have to say, first you have to rank yourself, right? You have to rank yourself on a scale from 0 to 10. We need you, Evelyn, right? We need you to say on a scale from 0 to 10, my value number, like not just in one area though. We said for every area, spirituality, at your job, at home, every outlet that you're at, we need you to rank yourself overall, right? And on a scale from 0 to 10, we need to know how valuable are you? Right? Because we're talking about connecting with more quality people. Right? So first things first, Evelyn, you're going to have to rate yourself. What number are you as far as value to society? Right? Once you get that number, now you got to make the decision. That's your number. That number can change. It can go up and it can go down. Right? So let's say, let's say you're a 7. Right? You rank yourself as a 7 as far as value to society. Okay, this is what normally happens to that number, Evelyn. What normally happens is that if we're a 7, if we go to, no matter what, even if we're talking on the phone, normally what we do as 7s is we normally gravitate, we normally call, we normally communicate, we normally hang out with. When we're out and meeting new people, we normally connect with 7s, 6s, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s. Point is, whatever your number is, we normally gravitate towards our number or numbers below. But if you want to connect with more quality people, back to these numbers, Evelyn, what we want to do is we have to acknowledge that. What is your number? Right? Be honest, though. What is your number? Once you know what your number is now, you have to say, oh, is he right about this? Like, do I normally gravitate with my number and people that are numbers lower? And if that's the case, take my recommendation right here. Take this suggestion and start to connect with numbers that are your number and numbers that are higher. If you have a choice between connecting with somebody that you know is a 4 and somebody that you know is a 8, you need to put your big girl panties on and you need to figure out a way. I don't care if you're shy or if this is not what you normally do. I just need you to be a fly on the wall in a room full of 8s. And then as you're in a room full of 8s, you'll find somebody who just graduated from a 7 to an 8. You'll find in a room full, if you're a 7 and you connect with an 8, when you're with the 8s, you will gravitate towards somebody who just graduated from a 7 to an 8, like what you're about to do. But you will not experience this until you rank yourself. Until you rank yourself. There's some 2s that know darn well they're 2s. But the 2s are too embarrassed to say that they started as a 2, and they're walking around like they're an 8 or a 10. So what the 2s normally do, this is how you know a 2. A 2 is somebody who, if they're in a room full of really people that are on the next level of whatever that room is, they're painting, they're the best painters in there. You know what the 2 will do in that environment? The 2 will act like they're a 10, and they will talk, and they will talk, and they will just be the head honcho in that group. If they even go in. If they go in, they have to act in a different way. You see what I'm saying? But what you got to do is you got to be honest, like, oh, I'm a 2. Oh, I'm a 2. Let me act like a 2. Let me see what's going on. Let me see where I can fit into this. Can I ever be this number? And again, like I said, if you are a 2, I'm not suggesting that you just jump from a 2 to a 10. What I said in this video, you can go back and rewind it. What I said is if you're a 2, there ain't nothing wrong with being a 2. Your first step should be going to 3s, going to 4s, 5s. Start there, and then when you're there, you will see more 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Because if you're trying to go from a 2 to a 10, you may not know where to go. You may not have access. You may not be you're not in the know. You can only get there by accident. But what you can do on purpose is you can find some 3s. Whatever number you are, you know where the number above you, you know where they're at. For some of you, it's just Starbucks, right? There's some all different type of numbers in there, right? This thing is all about freaking numbers. What is your number? You tell me your number, I can tell you who you're going to gravitate towards. It's normal reflex to go to the number below us. You're a 6, you have a choice. 7s and 5s. Normally, what the mind normally is going to do subconsciously, because it hasn't been conditioned, it hasn't been programmed. If you're a 6, what you're typically going to do, and you'll have some 7s and you'll have some 5s, right? And what you're going to do, because you're the big 6, you're going to go to the 5s, right? You're going to go to the 5s and you're going to be like, whoa, I'm the big honcho here as the only 6. What? I'm the only 6 up in here? And then when you over with the 6s, you got 7s and 8s all right there, and you just being the big fish in a little pond. And I'm not saying, listen, I just want to say this, and then I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys are gaining some value. Tag a friend if you are, and share this, right? Share this, because I believe that everybody should do this. If you're trying to go to the next level, I don't care if you're trying to be a school principal. I don't care if you're going to be an engineer, pediatrician, beautician, barber. You need to know what your number is, right? Because that's where the growth happens, right? That's where the growth happens. Yeah, that's where the growth. You want growth? That's the growth. All right, so what's something I could challenge us to do before we get out of here? What's a challenge? All right, let's do this. Oh, I can't even get it. What's the challenge? The challenge is, before you go to bed tonight, what I want you to do is I want you to rank yourself on a scale from 0 to 10. What is your number? All right, rank yourself, like for real, for real. And you rank yourself would love for you to come back, drop a comment in here and let us know, because that's where inspiration, like I said before, you never know who's reading this, right? If you're a 2, if you honestly feel you're a 2, ain't nothing wrong with it. But there's some 2s that's watching this video and they're going to be reading the comments and they're like, oh, I can't put that I'm a 2. I can't put that I'm a 2. But listen, if for real, if you're a 2, go ahead and put that. Put whatever your number is. You a 7, you a 8, you a 9, you a 10. Put your number down. That's what I challenge you to do. Rate yourself, get your number, and then come back and post it in this thread. And let's keep this conversation going. All right, let's keep this conversation going. Hello, how you doing? Hey, oh man, this is good. Oh, that's my niece right there. I was just about to get out of here. You know what number I am, Zej? I am a 7. That's what I am. I'm a 7, and that's what I know. That's just, I mean, that's my number. I'm a 7, and I'm right on the peak of getting to 8s though. Like I'm hanging, like you put me in my opportunity. And again, you could just be a fly on the wall. But what I've been finding lately is I've been a fly on the wall with room, you know, with people that's 8s, 9s, 10s, and also, of course, 7s. Yeah, but I'm a 7. And I feel good about being a 7. Because I was once a, I mean, as far as, because this rank is, this is like what really counts with life. Like this is a report, like this is a grading system, right? But for everything. You know how in school they give you one for English, they give it to you for math, social studies, history. Nah, this ranking, this ain't just as a parent, this ain't just as a at your job, at your church. No, this is collectively. You got to rank yourself collectively. And once you do that, it's like, yo, dang, I'm a 5? Oh, okay, I'm a 5. I got to work to be a 6. My only purpose in life is to get to a 6 right now, right? My only purpose in life is to get with an 8. I love hanging, you know, even Jesus hung around with, you know, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't, it's all about how you spend your time. Right, and that's the key thing. You want to spend most of your time on the way, right? You want to be going to next levels in whatever it is that you do. That's the key. That's the key to life. Don't be afraid to say what your number is. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. That's progress. Man, I would love, you know, it'd be super cool. Like, imagine somebody on here, you know, they believe, somebody watching this probably believes they're a 1. But you know how much better the world would be if just that one person who was a 1 before they saw this, by like the end of February, they became a 2. They took action on this and they worked hard to become a 2. Man, that would make the world so much better. Like, I think the world would be so much better if we all knew our number. Like, we stop focusing on who's making this amount of money. We stop focusing on who's doing this and who's doing that. But, like, what if we started ranking, like, oh, what's that? Oh, ooh, that's a 3. That's a 3. Hey, how you doing? That's a 3. Oh, that's 3. And we connect, like, because when I know some 2s, I know 2s. And what I try to do is connect them with 3s. Right, and it's a cool thing when you know what your number is. So this your boy Billionaire Brown. If you found value in this video, y'all can check me out on YouTube. We are doing our best to grow that channel, just with some good positive stuff that you guys can, you know, so that it can inspire or help somebody transition into procrastination into action. We try to do all of that over at the YouTube channel, and that's Billionaire Brown Online. And yeah, rate yourself before you go to bed tonight, and just stay focused on that certainty. No matter what your number is, you're going to have a number above you and a number below you, which is okay no matter what your number is. The key is to know what it is and to always be striving to take yourself to the next level, to be the best version of yourself. I got to get back to work, guys. Prayerfully, you guys will have an amazing, productive day. And May all your dreams come true. Peace.